Hi there, and welcome to this Billingbooth One tutorial. In this video, we'll go over how to upload service files to your Billingbooth One account and match them to items from your product catalogue. As a prerequisite to this video, you'll want to ensure that you've added some products to your Billingbooth One account. Please see our Adding Products video if you'd like to learn more. To get started, click the Products icon in the side navigation, and then Upload Service File under the Service Files submenu. This takes you to the Upload Service File screen. Select your supplier from the drop-down list, and then you can either drag your service file onto the Files field directly, or click the Files field to browse your computer for the service file. A service file will always be either a CSV or TXT file. In either case, the content of the file will be formatted using CSV formatting, which stands for comma-separated values. You should avoid opening and then saving a service file in Microsoft Excel, as Excel will truncate leading zeros and will sometimes effectively corrupt certain formats of CLIs. If you need to take a look at the file contents, we recommend a non-destructive application such as Notepad++, which is a free download from the Notepad++ website. With your file appearing in the Files field, you're able to then click the Upload button to upload the contents of the file to your Billingbooth One account. After the service charges featured on the service file have been uploaded, you'll be taken to the Service Charges screen. The criteria filter on the left will already be set to show you all the results from the service file you've just uploaded. Unlike the voice data and SMS record screen criteria filter, the service charges criteria filter simply applies to a singular service file rather than a pool of charges, which is also the reason that the service charges screen doesn't feature a by supplier tab, as a service file will only ever have one supplier. Here on the Overview tab, it gives us a look at the sales amount, total cost and margins featured on this service file. It also informs us of line items that don't feature a matching product, that don't feature a matching customer, and charges that have been set to be skipped from being applied to the relevant customers. Ideally, you want records without products and records without customers to be 0. If there are records without customers, it means that there are service file line items with CLIs that don't match the CLIs of any of your customers in the Billingbooth One platform. As you can see here, we have 9 records without an associated customer, where one of our CLIs needs adding to one of our customers. To resolve this, we can copy the CLI, exit the service charges screen, and add the CLI using the methods shown in our Assigning CLIs video. If you do amend anything, to get back, click Products, then click Existing Service Files, and then click the View icon of the applicable service file, and finally, click the Reanalyze button to see what effect your changes had on the records. If there are records without products, it means that there are service file line items with descriptions that don't match any service codes your product catalog has. If we click the products icon in the side navigation, and then right-click on products so we can open it in a new tab, we can switch back and forth between them more easily. On the products listing screen, let's edit the hosted seat product and then navigate to the Service Files tab. The service codes field is where you'll want to match the description of the service file line item. For a lot of your products, simply matching the description of the line item will be enough. For example, let's enter a service code of seat 208. And then click the Save Changes button. By the way, be careful not to add a rogue space after your service code, which is a common reason why a service code sometimes won't match, as Billingbooth One will try to match that also. If we switch back to the Service File tab, and remember, if you didn't open a second tab, click Products and then Existing Service Files, then click the View icon of the applicable service file. We can now click the Reanalyze button to have Billingbooth One look through the service file again without re-uploading it. See how the line item with seat 208 as a description has now matched our hosted seat product? Of course, we'd like the other seat line items to also match it, so let's switch back to the Product tab. Below the service codes field, there is an Add More button, which we could click and then add another service code with. Again, in certain scenarios where you want to match two distinct descriptions, this may be a viable method. For this scenario, however, we can make our task easier and utilize a wildcard in our original service code. If we edit our service code to seat asterisk, the asterisk serves as that wildcard. It will match whatever else the description has. So now, if we click the Save Changes button, switch back to the Service File tab, and click Reanalyze once again, see how all the seat products match the hosted seat product. This is because our hosted seats service code matches the seat part of the description and whatever else comes after it. Note also that because the line items match a product, Billingbooth One is now able to use the applicable product pricing for that line item. It will take into account any applicable customer-specific pricing, or the tariff-specific pricing for a tariff that customer is on, or the base pricing, in that order. If the product is a recurring product, it will also calculate pro rata pricing automatically. Let's switch back to the Product tab one more time to go over the other fields on the Service Files tab. The Use Regular Expressions field allows you to use regular expressions in your service code fields. This helps you to target really specific descriptions. Aggregate charges will aggregate multiple charges matched to the same product and customer into a single charge with the relevant quantity. Use service file description. By default, the name of the matched product will appear as the line item on the customer's invoice. Check this if you want the name of the matched service file line item to appear instead. Display CLI in invoices. If checked, this will display the associated CLI alongside any charges matched to this product. Ignore refunds. If checked, Billingbooth One will treat any negative quantity or negative cost service charges as normal charges. Always skip. If checked, Billingbooth One will skip processing charges that match to this product. Skip when sell price is 0. If checked, Billingbooth One will skip processing charges that match this product and have a sell price of 0. Skip when buy price is 0 works in the same way, except instead of sell price, it's based on the cost price. Skip refunds. If checked, the service file will skip processing a matched charge if it has a negative quantity or negative cost. Lastly, you have use service file sell price. If checked, instead of using product pricing, it will use the pricing from the service file itself. It is highly unlikely you will ever need to make use of this field, as it's for extremely niche scenarios. Using this field would also require you to amend your service file's file converter to map this property so it works. To round up this tutorial, let's head back to the Service File tab. Once you've matched everything you need to, click the Process button to process the service file and apply the applicable charges to the relevant customers. You will now be able to see the charges against the relevant customers by clicking the Customers icon in the side navigation, and then Customers in the submenu. Clicking the customer whose charges you wish to see, and then from their overview screen, clicking the Charges menu item in the top menu. And with that, you now know how to upload service files, match the service file line items to your product catalogue, and apply the charges to your customers on Billingbooth One.